Welcome back to Therapy Inspired. I'm Kameela Osman, registered social worker and a psychotherapist. I'm glad you're here. Today, we're diving into something that comes up more than people realize, those moments in life where we stop and think, I don't know who I am anymore. The content shared on Therapy Inspired is for information and educational purposes only. Listening or engaging in the content doesn't establish a therapist-client relationship. While we draw on our experience as psychotherapists, we don't reference specific clients or confidential cases. Some topics may be emotionally activating. If you find yourself feeling overwhelmed, we encourage you to pause, take care of yourself, or reach out to a mental health professional in your area. Your well-being matters. Maybe you've said those exact words. Maybe you felt the quiet confusion or restlessness in your body and you couldn't name it. I've seen this so many times in my work, especially with clients going through major transitions, new moms, people approaching retirement, a parent after their kids leave home, or someone after a layoff or career change. Even moving to a new country, aging, or ending a long-term relationship. Anytime life shifts significantly, our identity shifts too.
Yeah, that's true. My name is Darby Crosby, and I'm a registered psychotherapist, and I'm on the Registry for Marriage and Family Therapy. I think we often expect things like these transitions just to be logical. We should just be able to change one job into another, move cities, and not have a big sort of experience to them. But these things can deeply impact our sense of self, knowing where we are, knowing how to do things. Because identity isn't just who you are, it's how you see yourself and how others relate to you and how you move through the world. And when one part of that shifts, it can feel like everything's unraveling.
Exactly. And sometimes that unraveling is quiet. It doesn't always come with a dramatic breakdown. Sometimes it's just a numbness, the autopilot of what do I even like anymore, not knowing self. I see this a lot in my perinatal work, especially for moms on mat leave. Their day to day is full, but internally they may be feeling disconnected from who they were before. There's often grief in that, even if they wanted the change.
That grief is so real. And I think that it surprises people. Like, why am I sad? I chose this. But it's possible to be grateful something for something new, but still mourn the loss of what came before. Some people may say things like, I feel like I've stepped out of my life that I knew, and now I'm just floating. And I think that's such a powerful image because there is this in-between zone that transitions bring, that you're no longer who you are, but you don't quite know who you are becoming as yet.
That in between is uncomfortable, and that's often when we try to rush the process or force clarity. But identity isn't a to-do list you can check off. It's layered, and sometimes what we need most is permission to be in the messy, unfolding space. For anyone listening who's in a transition, maybe you've left a long-time job, maybe your kids are grown, maybe your body's changing with age. I want you to know it's okay to feel unmoored, untethered. It doesn't mean you're failing, it means you're evolving.
And let's talk a little bit more about how identity is often tied to roles. Like, I'm a teacher, I'm a parent, I'm the responsible one, I'm the breadwinner. So these roles sort of define us at that time. And when we change them, it leaves us wondering, who am I without that title? But the truth is that we're more than just our roles. And the transitions can give us an invitation to rediscover the parts of you that may have gotten quieted over time.
That's such a powerful reframe, Darby. Because while transitions often involve loss, they also carry potential. What else is true about you? Sometimes we find old passions again, sometimes we start new ones. Sometimes we just rest and reconnect to ourselves in a deeper way. I often ask clients if you weren't trying to prove anything to anyone, what would you want right now? That question alone can become or begin to peel back the layers of what identity means beyond performance.
I love that question. It gets it right to the heart of what you value outside of what others expect. And speaking of expectations, let's name how cultural, familial, and social norms can shape our identity too. We might be so used to being the helper, the achiever, the strong one, that we never stop to ask if that's really still how we feel.
Yeah, totally. Especially in immigrant families or tight-knit communities, there can be pressure to follow certain paths or fulfill certain roles. And when we shift away from those expectations, whether by choice or circumstance, it can trigger guilt, shame, or fear of rejection. But again, that discomfort doesn't mean you're wrong. It may actually mean you're coming into deeper alignment with your authentic self.
And sometimes we need support in that process, and therapy can be helpful. But, so you can start talking with people you trust, journaling, getting quiet enough to hear your own thoughts, and even asking yourself, what brings me joy? What drains me? Can be a really good starting point.
One exercise you can try is creating an identity map. Write your name in the center and around it all the parts of you, your roles, values, qualities, passions, dreams. It can be grounding to see that you are not just one thing. You're a mosaic. And yes, sometimes tiles fall away during life transitions, but new ones come too.
That image of a mosaic is beautiful, and it really sort of fits this whole sort of topic. And I think we forget that even when we feel lost, there's still wisdom within us. The version of you that's emerging may be even more aligned than the version you left behind. So if you're in that space, if I don't know who I am anymore, maybe just try replacing it with I'm learning who I'm becoming.
Yes, let's normalize not having it all figured out. Let's normalize the messiness of becoming. If today's episode resonated with you, you're not alone. Transitions are a part of life, and so is rediscovering yourself over and over again. Be gentle with yourself, and if this feels helpful, start small. One journal entry, one walk, one conversation with someone safe.
And if you want more support on your journey, you can always reach out. We're here for those kinds of conversations, and we love creating space for people to process, explore, and grow. Make sure to follow us on Spotify and YouTube so you don't miss upcoming episodes. We've got many more rich topics ahead.
And if you know someone who might need to hear this, share it. Send a little reminder their way that change is hard and they're not alone in it. Until next time, take care.
And remember, you're allowed to grow beyond the version of you that others have known. We'll see you in the next episode when we say, oops, I think I said that out loud. Finding confidence in awkward moments. See you then. Bye-bye now.